Hey guys, what is this? Have any of you seen this article? Oh, sorry. Welcome back to me, Southern Take from the South. This is my take on stuff. If you look at my channel, I've been covering the herd stuff, been covering it for years. Okay, all that's out of the way. Look at this article with the Daily Mail. I'm starting to hear a lot of stuff about the Daily Mail. Then that Wooten dude is also. It seems like there's some folks at the Daily Mail that want to make sure to get out some good old PR. But look at this. Emily Prescott, how Amber Heard does a workout every morning to prepare for her court duels with Johnny Depp. It goes through here and says, sir, this is all about, oh, poor Amber, oh my Lord. Look at this. It says, but what happens away from the courtroom cameras when Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's multi-million-dollar defamation trial adjourns for the day? An insider tells me the actress keeps a regimented routine at home to ensure she's battle ready. This is somebody in her home that's living with her in Virginia. Don't believe me? I get her up to do a workout every morning before she goes to court. Okay. You waking somebody up to go to the gym, says my source, who was temporarily relocated to Virginia to be near the actress and Amber's 1-year-old daughter for the case. So I was like, all right, be near. Maybe then, they're not. Watch this shit. But temporarily relocated. Okay. Just my thoughts, my guesstimation, since, they're all about freedom of speech in this trial. Amber Heard's side, that's their defense. No, Eve Barlow, they got kicked out of court when she's, what is her, wheels spinning and she ain't got enough shit to do. She got all this time on her hands. That would be my guess. I don't know if it is or not. I'm just saying, sounds kind of crazy to me. So anyway, watch what happens here. Blah, blah, blah. We know all that. Where's it at? Okay. Where's that part at? Hang on. Sorry. Look, right here. We create an environment that feels normal and routine. Is that not somebody, if you sound like somebody's living with you, if you're creating a environment, then look at this. At the end of the day, Amber has a laser focus on her daughter. After she puts her to bed, she comes downstairs. We cook dinner and try to wind down. Then she's back to studying and preparing for the next day. She's so stoic and focused, but it's a marathon, not a sprint. And don't sound like somebody's living with her. They cooking dinner together, eating together, then they wind down and studying together, preparing for the next day together. They're there to see all this. Somebody living with her in Virginia. Is it cool for them out to be doing press junkets talking about what Amber's doing before the trial and prepping for the trial? You don't think she's aware of what's going on? She's watching her study for the. Okay, anyway, but this is what's weird and look at this shit. And then she says, sometimes she seems like she's hit a brick wall. Other days she gets some momentum from somewhere. She adds that for Amber 36 to be ignored by her ex-husband in court must be dehumanizing. So we just tried to bolster her energy at home. She's pissed off that Johnny Depp's ignoring her while they're in court. I mean, maybe she's doodling on those Post-it notes and staring off like somebody's kicked her puppy. Maybe she's not absorbing what's happening while she's in court or what happened in the last couple years. Or 4 years, I should say 4 years at this point. And through their marriage. She's ignored by him. What's he supposed to do? Walk over there and be like, oh my God, dear, so great to see you. And I know I'm suing you for 50 million and you're countersuing me for 100 million, but good to see you. You look great, babe. So because I read this, now if this is where you want to stop it, that's fine. But I thought this was a good time to come in here and play what I think is probably some of the most important, I don't know, one of the most important, if not the most important, in my opinion, of what's happened since we started watching this trial. Him on the stand and what's played during this, I think is one of the most important things we've heard so far. So I'm going to let this kind of play through, and you wonder, she's mad he ain't giving her no attention while they're in court. Let's listen in to what's happened here. By the way, I'm going to warn you, like normal, this audio is she's very freaking loud and you can barely hear him. So, like, this whole headache of a trial has been for the last flipping 2 weeks. It's like you got to crank it up to hear what he's saying, and she'll deafen your ass. Okay, nothing's changed. Same old shit, different day. As my grandmother said, you put them all in a paper sack, pull one out, you get the same damn thing. Okay, she gonna make your ear bleed. You can barely hear it. But he was the hostile monster.
The part that you're going to.
It's 19 minutes 40 seconds to 25 minutes 25
He's talking about playing the clip.
All right. And there's just the two of them in this excerpt. Is that
That's
correct?
correct.
All right. That's 342A.
I apologize. I got to crank this up for you to hear Johnny.
I don't care.
Do you understand why 10 minutes downstairs
I don't
didn't
care.
seem real?
I don't care.
Did you hear what I said?
I don't care. I don't care.
You do.
There's plenty of things you've done. Plenty of things you've fucking done. That were absolute fucking lies.
I didn't
I'm not
ever.
even talking to you about it. So anyway, don't leave it. So I'll see you in a bit. Yeah?
Is that what matters?
Your lies?
Is this what matters to you, your party?
Your lies, I understand.
I never led you. And what we're talking about tonight is what? Why? Why? Why are you doing this?
I'm leaving. I'll be back.
Why?
So I'm leaving.
What is it that is so important always to run away to? Why?
It's a runaway, yeah. I run because I'm a cop.
Why don't you stay? You asked me once not to leave, and I'm asking you. So why every 5 seconds do I get I'm leaving? Because there's a fucking movie party I gotta go to. I have never prioritized you behind that.
And I have got to enter this in just because it pisses me off. Yeah, he's got a movie party to go to. He might want to promote his movies so they do well, so he can get the job, so he can pay for your fucking wine bill. If any of you missed that, she's drinking $500 bottles of wine. The guy that testified that was the house manager for them said she was consuming average about 2 bottles a day. Dude, that's not including her birthday, Christmas shit, when they throw little dinner parties or whatever on the weekend. This is Tuesday. Tuesday, she's drinking $1,000 a day worth of wine. So if we're just doing a conservative, if we're just saying 2 bottles through the year, that's $365,000 worth of wine. Now, what it's probably more like, $500,000 for a year in wine. You think you might want to let him go try to promote something where he's bringing home the bacon, because it ain't your ass. That's why you ask for $50,000 a month in fucking alimony, because that ain't going to hardly support your damn wine habit.
And you of all people,
Oh God, I'm so sorry, guys. I know it's deafening you, but if I turn it down, you're not going to be able to hear him.
all this talk about not being that guy, you have done nothing but over the last 2 days but tell me that your movie parties were more important, including the night before last, when I said to you the same thing, stay. And today you
Movie parties, they're called premieres. You think an actor's, oh, good Lord help us. Or like, red carpet event.
apologized, said I love you, I'm so sorry, and then today it takes you 2 seconds. It takes you 20 seconds at most to go, fuck that, I hate you, I don't want to be with you, goodbye, I'm leaving, I'm running away, but I'm not running, I'm walking away.
Wait, does that make any sense?
I don't want to be with you. I don't.
See, I'm sorry. See what I mean? You can't hear him. He said, I don't want to be with you.
It's for sure.
Away, but I'm not running, I'm walking away.
Well, the one thing is for sure. I don't want to be with you. I don't. I really don't.
Then if you don't want to be with me in life,
Goodbye.
then you need to actually do it. You need to actually take off your ring and
It's gonna get loud, and I don't know exactly where it is, but he takes his ring off and like flanked it down.
forget that 5 hours ago you said the opposite. Otherwise, you can't keep throwing that around. You can't keep saying to me that this is something you care about.
There you go.
That was his ring. He took it off.
Is that what it's worth to you?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. For you, from all this bitching, from all these rules, all these.
Rules? Because I asked you to stay?
Look, because
Because I asked you to stay.
No, because you're fucking.
What was it?
harping.
What was it when you asked me to
Because you're a
stay?
pain in the
He says, because no, you're effing harping and you're pain in the ass. And remember all the things that we've seen is that anytime he gets ramped up and he wants to get out of there, she won't let him leave. She wants him to stay and fight for her and fight. But now we know what that means. So whenever they get too heated and he wants to get the hell out of there, she would start doing this shit and calls him a pussy and says he's a coward. And that's what he brings it up
What
to.
was it when you asked me
I
to
can't
stay?
stand it. No.
What was it when you asked me to stay? In Australia, you said you promised me not to leave. You said you promised me not to leave. What'd I do?
I thought you.
What does that even mean? You promised me not to leave. You promised me not to leave. So she's saying that he promised her that he wouldn't leave. And this is, we're talking back in Australia days when the whole finger thing happened. Is that what we're talking about?
You would change.
What did I do?
Not change.
What did I do?
Not change.
Did I stay or did I leave?
You change. You.
Did
He's saying, because I thought you would change and you're not changed.
I stay or did I leave?
You stayed and you didn't change and you were a fucking
I stayed.
pain in the ass and you were a cunt.
So I stayed. And I've been a cunt ever since, which is why you told me
Pretty
about every other day how you couldn't imagine your life without me, including today. So,
When
which
you-
guy, does that seem normal to
When
you?
you're
Does that
crazy.
seem normal to you? You told me tonight
Let
that
me-
you couldn't imagine your life without me, and now you're throwing your ring on the ground. Does that seem normal?
Let's have you tell me
That seems sober? You seem normal?
The definition of normal. You.
Does that seem normal?
You.
Does that seem normal to you?
Borderline personality disorder.
I'm borderline personality disorder now.
Without question.
When I've been consistent all night saying, don't go, don't fuck this all up. I'm not fighting with you.
And this is the part they used in court when they brought up that forensic psychologist that did the whole study with her when she asked her on the stand. Is it ironic that he said that she had this and now you're diagnosing her with it or whatever? I mean, you think maybe that when she started acting this way, he didn't Google some shit on his phone? I don't know. I mean, I would have.
Anymore. I've been saying this to you the whole night. I'm really sorry we disagreed. You're not perfect. I said this 2 hours ago. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect.
I love that you put
But
me
we
first.
don't have to do this every time we disagree.
No. No, we don't. But we do.
Please.
We do.
Please, come here.
And you have.
Now you're about to hear what this has gotten at. Did we just start here at the starting of the recording? She's like, we don't have to do this every time. He said over and over that she gets physical, that he wants to leave before it gets physical. And in this recording, you're going to hear him to ask her, say that, you know, bring up the fact that she has smacked him in the ear, like on the side of the head. That's made his ear ring. So she's hit him this time too.
Please come here.
Every insult.
Please come here. I'm not insulting you. I have not been insulting you. I love you. Johnny, what do you need me to do? I love you. Stop.
Smack me in the ear again.
No.
See, he just said, you're going to smack me in the ear again.
Stop.
Smack me in the ear again.
No.
Smack my ear again. So it fucking resounds in my fucking cranium. You like that? Well,
Sorry.
And you can't hear it, but she's like, I'm sorry. And then you hear something that sounds like she tries to kiss him. Like, this is some psychedelic fucking psychotic fucking shit. I mean, you've got to feel like you're tripping on something to be able to deal with like the roller coaster of, you know, you promised me, you said you wouldn't do this, and like the yelling, like her yelling at him. Look at the audio here. You can barely hear him because I'm assuming he's probably speaking pretty normal, and like she's ready to bust your eardrums out. And then she's walking up, no, I love you, stop. Like, and she's going to about this here in a second when he tries to leave. Oh, just stop it, calm. Then tells him to calm down. He's not the one being irrational or being loud.
That's what he said. No. No. I don't love you that much. No, I don't.
And then saying he said, I love you too, but I don't love you that much. I don't think she understands the concept of you can love someone, but that doesn't need to mean you need to be with them. If it's unhealthy, then the best thing you can do for each other is get the hell away.
I don't love you that much. No, I don't. I do not love you that much to give up my
She said, I don't love you that much. She says, yes, you do. So now she's answering it for him. Like this is, I'm telling you, man. I'm just.
myself. No, do not. I will not do it myself. And you want me to fucking be some kind of cursed?
He said, I will not kill myself. And you want me
Not do it myself. And you want me to fucking be some kind of cursed goddamn parrot or a fucking weird frenzied dog? No, I won't be it. No.
Frenzied dog, I'm trying to talk
Or
to
your goddamn fucking lover,
down. Calm
Tasia,
down.
Fantasia.
And look, he's actually gotten out about 3 sentences in a row. Okay. Then this, what, 3.5 minutes or so where she's dominated the entire conversation and talked over him. He's finally managed to squeak out a couple full sentences, and now it's calm down, calm down. Well, if she thinks that he's acting irrational, what does she call herself?
I'm not gonna be that shit, man.
Baby, stop.
No, I don't want to be with you.
Baby,
These are the fucking
stop.
rules. Fuck that.
No, rules, you only-
She's hearing enough. By the way, she's hearing nothing he's saying. All these valid points he's making about, I don't want to be with you. You put me in like a caged dog. You want to treat me like a whipped puppy and a parrot, on a perch. She's hearing none of that. She's hearing, calm down, stop, shut up. She's doing whatever she can to not hear what he's saying and try to get him to heal. Heal, dog, heal, dog, heal.
Doing this for friend. You're doing this for
Oh,
yourself. No one's fighting you.
I'm making this up. That, above all,
I so wish you could hear it. He's like, so she says something to the effect. He's like, so I'm making this up.
that, above all else, is an insult.
No one's fighting you.
I'm making this up.
She said, no one's fighting, whatever. He said, so I'm making this up. And then she says something like, that's the most insulting thing. And I think it's where he's finally gotten to the point of where like this bitch is, I mean, like literally, she doesn't even, I'm like, is it, she's such a pathological liar that she doesn't care. She doesn't care if she's lying or not. Or is she so phase brained that she legit believes what she's saying? Which is it?
That, above all else, is an insult.
Mr. Depp, what are you and Ms. Heard discussing in this recording?
It is another argument that is apparently not an argument to her. The screeching of her voice, the demand that things go her way and only her way. I was done, and I think I stated clearly, I don't want to be with you. I don't want to be with you. I'm not going to be a parrot on or some little dog that runs through hoops for you. I ain't going to do that. And I wanted out. She said, take your ring off. She still wouldn't let me leave. I did, and she still wouldn't let me leave. So it's just another example of kind of being nailed in one spot and not allowed to do anything but react to her screaming. And
she kills me when she does that weird shit. Like something's up, okay? When she's looking down to write something on a pad, but she keeps flashing her eyes up to look at him, why are you doing that? If you're writing something down, just write it down. Stop looking up at him like you need to look at him to finish your thought. It's fucking weird, yo.
And
She's writing.
screaming like a banshee and then telling me to calm down when I had been pretty calm, I thought.
Where were you trying to go, if you can recall?
Anywhere. Away.
And why did you ask Miss Heard if she wanted to smack you in the ear again?
She had given me a good chop in the ear, you know. One of those where leaves you ringing, you know. And it was not long before that, and so I thought, maybe this will make you happy. Will it make you happy would you like to hit me in the ear again? Would that make you feel better? Will that make you stop this? Would have done anything to have stopped. Outside of taking anything to some physical level, I disagreed with that wholeheartedly. That's not me. It's not who I've ever been. It's not who I'll ever be.
Mr. Depp, I'm going to play another audio recording. This is a different portion from what Mr. Rottenborn played for you today. It's DX 598. I believe the portion Mr. Rottenborn played was designated 598B, so this will be 598C.
Okay.
And first I'd like to play the portion from 31 minutes 14 seconds to 33 minutes 4 seconds.
All right, any objection to 598C?
No, Your Honor.
And then we will go on and play the second portion, which is 56 minutes 27 seconds to 59 minutes 54 seconds.
All right, 598C in evidence.
You know, and it builds, right? Like you build, I build, you know. It isn't like at one moment either of us sign a certificate of saying, or like sign the contract, or.
And it's like it's not coherent. Listen to the words. I think people get so much used to psychobabble that it's like she's just saying words. It's not coherent. There's not a moment either of us sign a certificate of saying. She never completes that thought, or like sign the contract, or like now what?
Or say,
what?
okay, now a bloodbath. No. So acting as though.
Say, okay, now about that. No. Like what? That doesn't make any sense. It's like she's just speaking to hear words coming out. I don't know how. I don't know. See, like he's like thinking about it now, like looking up, like what? So acting as though there's what?
There's a choice between the two is irrelevant.
So acting like there's a choice between the two is irrelevant. But choice between what? Signing a contract or
Sign a certificate
or
of saying,
signing a
or like
certificate
sign
of what? Of absolutely nothing.
contract, or say, okay, now a bloodbath. No. So acting as though there's a choice between the two is irrelevant.
Acting like there's a choice between the two is irrelevant. Irrelevant of what are you signing? What are you talking about, Willis?
I'm not asking you to stay over having a bloodbath. I'm asking.
Now, see, right here, Kelly, I'm not asking you to stay over having a bloodbath. So he's tried to tell her multiple times he's not going to stay around and become violent. Why would she bring it up in her contract or certificate signing of what? Like, is this what she's getting at? That she's not trying to make him sign a certificate or a contract, forcing him to stay around so they can go to blows? I don't know.
I mean, over walking away. I'm not asking you to have a bloodbath.
I mean, over walking away. Like that's when he walks away is when it starts getting too heated.
that over walking away. I'm asking you to work it out over prolonging it and making it bigger.
Right, but
But oh my good Lord, there's so you can't work something out when somebody's screaming at you and won't let you get a word in edgewise. What she means by working it out is let her scream and yell and him hunker down and bury his head and say, you're right, I won't do anything. You tell me what I can do. Write out my itinerary in the morning. Make sure I check in with you every 25 minutes. We know people like this. We all know people like this.
I mean, at least that's how I see it.
indeed.
You know?
But if things get heated
Yeah.
and it looks like it's going somewhere nasty, and the name calling begins and all that stuff, I've got to get away because I don't want to be ever in a situation again like that. Never,
Me too. Me too.
never. So
Me too.
that's
Those words are awful funny. She repeats "me too" twice. Well, he has no idea what's coming with that shit.
don't freak out if we do have a fight and I walk away.
I'm not going to do that. I'm asking you to stay when you
Now,
feel.
listen, he's trying to leave now. He's trying to leave, and she won't let him leave. And he's saying, "Don't freak out if we have a fight.
And I walk away.
Now walk away."
I'm going to do that. I'm asking you to
Look what
stay
she
when you
says.
feel.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm asking you to stay. So he just said, "I need to walk away." She says, "Okay, I'm not going to freak out." And then immediately, I'm asking you in the see, like, so she's going to immediately, she says that, just erase it from your mind. Where's the white out? Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. Might as well just erase that shit. Because now everything she's about to say is to bitch at him because he wants to leave.
You are also in the interest of working it
I
out.
think it's a good idea for us to take a moment or two, or I mean a moment, and take some time. Take some time to think by ourselves without being, you know, barraged by each other's fucking bullshit whatevers. I just let's take a break from it, and then come back, try and be calm, and walk through the thing. But I'm not gonna stand and fight with you. I will not. You can call me a coward.
I don't
You can
want
call
that.
me anything you want. All those names, do it. But I will not do it again.
Please stop asking. I mean, please, can you stop for the sake of this conversation?
No, I'm just saying I won't do it again. That's all.
Then now, look, he's trying to talk it out now. This is what you would, okay, let's just step back and think about this for a minute. They're having a conversation, seemingly going back and forth. Okay. I mean, let's just be honest here. And yeah, and he's like, he's trying to leave. And so he's trying to say, let me leave, you know, when shit gets heated. And then he's like, because I'm not going to get physical. I'm not going to do that shit again. I'm not going to, no. And I bet you this is around the time we had to pin her arms down, whenever, and then she all that shit happened. I wonder if it's around that time. And then she's like, can you stop for the sake of this conversation? This is what's called working it out and talking it out is. But because he's talking now, she needs him to shut up and quit saying how he feels, because it's all about her. It doesn't matter how he feels. That's nuts. So even if they came back together and tried to talk, it wouldn't matter. She'd shut him down. She'd tell him, would you stop talking about this for the sake of the conversation? And that's irrelevant. And that's a non sequitur. And remember all those words? Like, you know, I'll be like when he was talking about her hitting him and becoming
Okay, great.
violent.
Then let's take our space and let's not do this anymore, because I'm really getting frustrated. And I'm really, really, really sick of this argument.
Stop. I'm sorry.
Okay? So let me go, and you go, and I'll speak to you in a couple hours. Okay? Okay?
Stop. Okay.
Why are you saying stop?
Because
May
you're being
I
so-
go?
Please, it causes me so much stress when you leave, when you walk away from me with that.
Now remember, she just said she wasn't going to do this. She's just told him, okay, I'm not going to do that. This is again why I wouldn't believe her either. If I was him, and the minute she started this shit, I'd be like, hell to the no. I got to go, because here we go. We're going to go to DEFCON 5 in about 2.2 seconds.
That is like you don't understand how much worse you're making this.
I can't believe this.
Please, you're making it worse for me.
Okay, I'm sorry for you.
Please, I'm only trying to tell you so that you know.
You're making this worse for me. You don't know what you're doing to me. Like, he just got a good one in it. He's like, well, sorry, how I'm making you. Again, Nothing about his feelings are considered here. She don't give a shit about how he's feeling, what he's saying he needs, what his boundaries are, what his line borders are. None of that. Do. Get how you're making me feel, what you're doing to me. You know, again, me.
Causing me immense stress right now when you walk away like that. There's no reason to be mad.
Well, then say goodbye. I haven't walked away. You're not saying goodbye. You won't let me fucking leave. Let me
Oh my
leave.
God. Stop rushing me! Stop pushing me in the corner and then poking me with a stick and then saying,
But what does that say? Look, listen to what she's saying here. He's like, let me leave. And now she's talking about pushing her in the corner and poking her with the stick. Does anything like it sounds like he sounded here pushed? She thinks that what that means is she's trying to accuse him of provoking her. Pushing me in the corner and poking me with a stick. Everything he just said was provoking her. That's scary. If you can be that calm and trying to have a rational conversation with someone and they can interpret that as you poking at them and you trying to push their buttons.
stop rushing me! Stop pushing me in the corner and then poking me with a stick and then saying, why aren't you saying the words you want me to say? Stop poking me! Stop rushing me! Stop throwing me!
What does it mean? Want me to say the words? Because he wants you to say goodbye. This is all from him saying, I want you to say goodbye and let me leave.
It's the wall. I'm going, what? You don't like that wall? You don't like the...
See, now she's using throwing against the wall, and this is all from him trying to just hear her say goodbye, so they can end the conversation and then come back together when they're less heated. This is what sparked all that. He's like, because you won't say goodbye, you won't let me leave.
fucking wall? Stop pushing me!
Remember? I'm not pushing you. I'm not rushing you. I said, I need space. I don't want this conversation anymore right now. I need space. And I will take my space. Whether you like it or not, I will take it. And you will take your space. But if you keep halting
I'm not doing anything
this
to you.
and continuing
I'm
with
not
the rhetoric,
continuing it. I'm begging you to stop.
I don't... Okay, stop. I'm stopped. Stop. Now I have to go. Okay? So we will speak to each other in a couple of hours. Okay? I hope you have some kind of revelation that makes you feel better. You know? I hope I do too. But we'll just see when I get home. We'll just talk, or we won't talk, or we'll finish this, or we won't finish it. But this is not love. This is not happiness. This is not.
Please stop doing this. Please, you're causing so much fucking stress. I'm gonna die at this age. I'm gonna fucking die. You're causing me so much stress. Please stop. Please, I feel like I have a heart attack almost every day. Please stop. Please
what are you
stop
doing?
doing it. Please stop. He's so fucking mean.
Why
You're
are
a
you
fucking
with me?
bully. Stop. Please stop. I've been begging you not to fight. I just said.
Now she's called him mean and a bully, and she's freaking out because he wants space from her, because this is what's happening right now. You think anything about the argument they were having before this recorder went off? You think this is bad? I can imagine why the recorder got pushed.
Can we please have a normal argument? Just even a normal conversation, fucking normal argument. And for the last hour, I've been begging you to please just leave it at that. Let's just go on with our night. I would have been able to come in with you. We would have been able to let it go in a few minutes. It would have been fine. It would just.
I would have been able to come in with you. So they didn't even make it in wherever they're staying. They were having this shit in the car, apparently. And you can tell it sounds like they're in a car.
If we allowed ourselves to have fucking normal arguments. Please, you're killing me with this. You're killing me.
Now the guilt comes in. I'm going to die. You're killing me. That's a guilt trip for days. Now she's trying to guilt him into staying. First, remember earlier, like a minute and a half, 2 minutes ago, where she said, when he said, if I need to leave, just let me leave. Don't badger me to death. Oh, I won't do that. What is this called?
You're fucking killing me. Fuck.
Sean, could you, please, I want you.
And know who Sean is? Sean is the ex-cop guy, his security dude. And he's like, finally it's at the point of she's acting. He's like, just take her somewhere. Like, you know what I mean? He's got a security dude.
Just go. I want you to take your medicine or whatever. I'm sorry that I've upset you.
Yeah, I think. Thank you, Sean. I'm ready to go. Thank you so much.
I'm really.
Mr. Depp, in the beginning, well, first of all, do you know where you are when you're having this discussion with Ms. Heard?
The only, excuse me, the only clue that I have is that Sean is being called. I'd called Sean and said to drive her home, or I believe it was probably at Sweetser, so then she could drive back, he would drive her back to downtown Penthouse 3 with, she didn't seem in any shape to drive to me.
And earlier in the clip, there was a reference to a bloodbath. What does that mean in the context of that conversation?
I don't know. Again, it seems like some word that was, it became
Objection,
part
Your
of
Honor.
it.
He said he doesn't know.
All right, I'll sustain objection. Next question.
Mr. Depp, at the end of the day on Thursday, Mr. Rottenborn played an audio recording for you where you were heard saying you were going to hurt yourself. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And I'm not going to play that audio recording again. It seemed upsetting to you, but I do want to ask you a couple questions about that, okay?
Sure.
Could you please tell the jury when that recording is from?
That recording is from July of 2016. This was a few months after the restraining order had been put on me. I had been on tour through Europe, and then coming through the States, I got messages from Christian Carino, who was both of our former agent, saying that Ms. Heard wanted to meet with me in San Francisco because we had one of our last dates on the tour was San Francisco. And I was confused as to why Ms. Heard wanted to meet with me, especially since I was under a court order not to come within, I don't know, 100, 200 feet or something of her. So at first I said...
Objection, Your Honor. The question was simply, do you remember when that was from? It's beyond scope.
Okay. So where were you when that recording was taken?
That was in San Francisco at a hotel room. So we went to a hotel room so that we could finish the discussion that she wanted to have with me.
And how did that discussion go?
Not particularly well. I was quite confused as to why I had been summoned to her at that point, since all the news was just about the fact that I had allegedly done all these horrible things to her, and so I was talked into going there. I went and met with her in hopes that she would retract her lies that the world was now had been fed, and in no way was she ready to do that, and I couldn't understand why I was there. Everything had been taken from me. My children couldn't escape the fact that all this had gone down. So I
Objection,
was
Your Honor. The question was, how did the discussion go? And he's talking about his children.
This is
Way
why.
beyond the scope.
just talking.
Sir, just wait for the objection.
This is why people are so like ticked off at them, because most people by now have figured out that yes, she went around giving Me Too speeches. She gave interviews on TV shows, talking about him, talking about how she donated all this money, and we know she didn't donate it. I mean, we're talking now 2016, 2020. We're talking 6 years where everything was about her. And remember, people had brought up the UK trial. He didn't sue her in the UK trial. He sued the paper. So he still didn't get, like, this stuff didn't come out, like all the stuff he had that had happened. That's coming out now. But like in all that time, this is the first time he's ever spoken about any of this or brought a lot of this to the light. That's why so many of us have been waiting for years to hear this. So that's what's taking him off. He's getting interrupted by, I mean, talk about leading questions. You don't remember when his friend had come and testified and she started spitting out all this testimony, like you didn't hear him say, yeah, lick this or do this or whatever. I mean, it was, listen, we've all heard it.
Objection.
Okay. I think he's describing the context around that
All
conversation.
right.
It's way beyond the scope of the
All
question.
right, I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Mr. Depp, why were you threatening to hurt yourself in that audio recording?
In fact, I wasn't threatening to hurt myself. I thought that Ms. Heard had brought me to San Francisco. At that point, it was clear she was under false pretenses. I don't know what she was after. So I had a knife in my pocket, and I just took the knife out and I said, here, cut me. That's what you want to do. Ultimately, you've taken everything. You want my blood? Take it. Have my blood. And then she said, no. And then I said, look, if you're not going to take it, you want it, I know you want it, that's all I've got left, take it. If she wasn't going to do it, I would have done it. Because that's psychologically, emotionally where I was. I was at the end. I was broken. Not only had I had to deal with everything from coming in from, arrows from all over the world, but now I don't know what she was trying to do. So I just thought the only answer is here, cut me, take my blood. That's all I've got left to give you. Obviously, there was no threat to Ms. Heard with that knife. It was about spilling my blood, because I thought that's what the only thing she didn't have at that point. And I was broken and really just at the end. I couldn't take it anymore. I thought everybody, I know that that's his job, but that was quite a cruel.
Objection, Your Honor. We're well beyond the
All
scope.
right, I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Finally, I'd like to play a portion from Plaintiff's Exhibit 357, specifically the portions at 18 minutes 43 seconds through 21 minutes 46 seconds.
357, is that correct?
357, yes.
All right, so is this going to be another one where it's going to be an A, or is this going to be all that's going to be offered?
Why don't we go with A to
We're
be
going
safe?
with A. Okay, could you give me the numbers again, just so I have them for the record? What are you going to play?
It is 357, beginning at 18 minutes 43 seconds through 21 minutes 46 seconds.
All right, any objection to
Look at how much they're going. 18 minutes and 43 seconds.
Seconds through 21 minutes 46.
3 minutes. Where we've heard little snippets. That's a perfect place to pause. I should screen grab that. You're gonna have to deal with me and my screen grab, because I like getting pictures of is when I do thumbnails and stuff of like whenever she's doing these weird, I don't know what it is about her. Some of these faces she makes, like typically she's always like looking like, oh my God, you know, he's ran over my puppy, you know, the sourpuss face she's always got on. I don't and then she's talking to her attorney, and then she thinks nobody's looking at her until she sees the cameras at her, then it could snap right back into character.
6 seconds.
All right, any objection to 357A?
No, Your Honor.
All right, 357A in evidence.
It's been going on too long, Amber. And we just gotta stop this. Just gotta stop it.
I don't know how to get my reputation back.
We write a letter together.
Now this is the phone call. I believe this is a phone call that that she's tried to get in touch with him. Again, got a restraining order on him. And in this audio, she's like, well, my lawyers told me I had to do it. I didn't want to do any of this, but basically like, it's your fault because we were trying to, steer off your stuff, and it's you did it. And, they was getting dragged for not filing a police report. Like, it's like, listen, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's your fault I beat the shit out of you. I only hit you because you made me. Like, it's good God.
Saying that we're going to take this out of the public eye. Saying that we're going to try and work this out on our own. Saying that the media has created such a fucking hateful storm that it's sickening. That we love each other. And that we want to make sure each other is okay. How we had fights in the past, how we had this or whatever. Fuck it, they already know all that shit, don't matter. Here's the deal.
No, it matters. It makes. You have no idea. Every ounce of my credibility has been taken from. And done so in a dishonest way.
Amber, the abuse thing is we've got to deal with that. Yeah, we've got to deal with that, Amber.
Any way of my credit is my credibility. I don't.
And why did you put that out there?
I did not. You forced me. Your team forced me to by going on the offense.
See, why did you put that out there? I did not. It was first I did not. Then it was you forced me. Then it was your team. We had to go on the offense. Like, look how many answers she gave in the same sentence. First, she said she didn't do it. You heard me. Good.
I didn't force you to.
I promise. Look up the timelines to these things. Everything is. Forget it. Forget it. You don't believe what I say. You don't believe what I say. But I did not choose this. Every step of the way has been an offense.
I did not put this anywhere. I didn't. Let me talk to the fucking team.
I did not call the cops. I gave them no statement.
IO called the cops.
I did not call the cops.
You told IO to call the cops.
I did not call the cops, and I did not give them any statement when they came. I've been trying to protect you.
You told IO to call the cops.
While it was happening?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, because the last time that it got crazy between us, I really did think I was going to lose my life, and I thought you would do it on accident. And I told you that.
Oh, do you see this? Oh my God, Aquaman 2's watching. Listen, and I hate to do this because, like, if I believe this, trust me, I wouldn't be saying any of this. I've been subjected to abusive relationships, okay? But it's like one thing. But when it gets to this part, when she's like, I thought I was going to lose my life, what
do it on accident. And I told you that.
Not a
I said, oh my God,
like she'll snap right back out of it. Watch.
The first time.
Amber, I lost a fucking finger, man. Come on. I had a mineral can of mineral spirits thrown at my nose.
You can please tell people that it was a fair fight.
right and see what the jury and judge think. Tell the world, Johnny. Tell them, Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, man, I'm a victim too of domestic violence, and
Yes.
it's a fair fight. And see how many people believe or side with you.
It doesn't matter if for fair fight my ass.
Exactly, because you're.
Mr. Depp, when did you have the conversation?
I can't even believe they didn't continue playing that because I think they'll bring it up. I think they let her look at that. Look at her face now. Look at her face. Remember a while ago she was trying to act like she was about to cry when she said, "I thought." Now look at her. Look at that face, yo. Oh my God, that's perfect. Oh my Lord. She is evil, yo. She's evil. But there's more on that tape. Whenever she says that, yeah, I think it's a fair fight. Not Johnny Depp, and yeah, there's more to that tape. Because she said, "I'm 115 pounds. Have I ever been able to knock you off your feet?" Like it goes on to highlight how she's trying to make it out because she's a woman. She can't be. He can't be a victim of DV. That's literally what she says further on the
Conversation
tape.
reflected in this recording with Ms. Heard.
I don't recall exactly when
What's your grab that pen?
it was.
What's your best estimate?
What's your eyes?
My best estimate is that it was quite a while before the meeting in San Francisco in July. Excuse me.
How far after May 21st, 2016 do you think that conversation was?
Objection, calls for speculation. Sorry, he said he doesn't remember when it was.
I'm asking for his best estimate.
I'll allow it if you can answer it this way.
Sorry, could you ask it again? I was distracted.
How long after May 21st, 2016 do you believe that conversation took place?
I would say that it was not too far, maybe a couple of months. It was far enough to where the world media was already bombarding me. So it was an attempt to try to make all the
Objection, Your Honor, beyond the scope.
All right. I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
What are you referring to when you said you and Ms. Heard will write a letter together?
I was trying to make a peaceful settlement.
And what are you referring to when you say you lost a finger?
A very large bottle of vodka severing my middle finger in Australia.
And what were you referring to when you said a can of mineral spirits was thrown at your nose?
One of the arguments on the island where Miss Heard had been howling at me with some argument, and she picked up a can of mineral spirits about yay big and just heaved it at me, and it struck me on the bridge of the nose and right there, the forehead.
And what did you say in response when Miss Heard said, "Tell the world, Johnny, tell them Johnny Depp, Johnny Depp, a man, I'm a victim too of domestic violence"?
I said, yes, I am.
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. Sir, you can have a seat next to your attorney, please.
Thank
Okay,
you.
And they left it. They left it like that. And look at her face. Look at her face. Oh my God, that's hilarious. I mean, it's not hilarious. It's really sad. But like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like that to me is probably the most important part of this trial. And with all of his witnesses coming in, like the talent agent saying he's the one that set the meeting up, and that Johnny was worried she was going to try and violate him, and they had to all make her promise she wouldn't. Remember, this is the person that went out, did all the Me Too shit, drug him through the mud, but yet she's the one that wanted to meet up with him. She's the one that a year and a half later was telling that same agent, that Christopher Carano guy, that she was still in love with him and that she just missed him, and tell him I said, can you give him a letter I've written? All that she was doing, all that shit up until literally the last thing we heard him testify on, I think was like 4 months before she went and wrote that op-ed. Like she was still wanting to get back together with this man that now, she is drugged through the mud. All right, leave it there. There's a couple more things I'll do on this through the week probably, but appreciate you hanging. Have a good one.